Snowmobile. This is my 2018 new Snowmobile Evaluation video submission. So what I'm going to talk about today is what I like, what I don't like, and what I'd like to see changed on my 2016 Polaris Pro S Switchback 800. To begin with, what I like is the engine. Very impressed with the motor. It's very powerful, revs quickly, much improved throttle response over the previous Pro Ride models. It's also very good on fuel. I did a 1,900 kilometer trip in Gaspé, Quebec last year, and this two-stroke was every bit as good on fuel as what the four-strokes were. And it's nice as a two-stroke guy to be able to compete at the pump when it's time to fill up with the four-stroke guys. The other thing I like about this snowmobile is the ergonomics. This snowmobile fits me very well. I like the seat. It's wide at the back when you're cruising. It's narrow at the front when you slide up to ride a little bit more aggressive through the tight trails. It's easy to shift your weight. Very comfortable seat. The bars are also in a very good position for me, both forward and height, whether I'm sitting or whether I'm standing. I didn't have to adjust the bars. The bars are good for me for some of my height. The other thing I like about this snowmobile is the suspension. This is my first time going to a 137-inch track. Prior to this sled, I primarily rode short track sleds. After going to the 137-inch track and seeing the way it handles the stutter bumps better than the short track and the ride, and I didn't really notice the extra track length in the tight trails. I don't think I would ever go back to a short track. For me, this length of sled is good for me. The front suspension I found very easy to set up, much easier than the previous Pro Ride sled that I had. This sled corners very flat. It's quick through the trails, very little ski lift. Very impressed with the handling on this sled. What I'd like to talk about now is what I don't like. What I'd like to see players do on these two-stroke sleds, seeing that they don't have a four-stroke sled, is increase the size of the oil reservoir. Having to carry extra oil is a nature of the game for two-stroke riders, and I have to carry a lot of oil in my saddlebags. So I'd like to see the oil reservoir be larger instead of having to carry them in the saddlebags and take up room that I could be using for luggage. Now I know people are going to say, well, what about the extra weight? Well, regardless of whether you're carrying it up here or carrying it in the back, you're still carrying the weight. So I'd rather have it up here and have more room for luggage. The other thing I don't like is the idler wheels on this sled. I've had to replace two of them in 3,200 kilometers. I think players could do a better job on the idler wheels, as I had two that delaminated, and after 3,000 kilometers I would think that they should be lasting longer than that. What I'd like to see improved on this, the first thing is the size of this glove compartment up here. I know I have the shorty windshield and I can't open it all the way, but it still won't fit a set of goggles. I would like to see them make that compartment at least big enough to fit a set of goggles when I want to change. And the other thing is the software for the display. I'm very happy with the display, but when they switched from Rider X to Ride Command, they took away the function of being able to plan routes and then transferring it on here. So I would like them to improve the software on the display. This is my short evaluation of my sled. This is my 2018 new Snowmobile video submission. Thank you.